Hey folks, it's your girl, Shirley K. We're back for a bold and thriving Tuesday. Guess what? I'm so excited. I'm excited and nervous because it's one thing to write a book as a compilation with other great people. And I've done that twice. I've been a co author twice. I have two books, whereas I am the co author. But writing a book that's all your own, I think is unsettling until you do it. Like anything else that you've never done before, it is unsettling until you do it. I have the sample copy of Bold and Thriving, Seeking Fulfillment Beyond Success. Here we go. This is what it looks like. This is what it looks like. So, pre order is happening right now. Once I send the changes, the small changes, and this is the thing, I really expected for there to be some big changes just because I didn't know what I was doing. Now, you heard me say over and over again, but I was doing it with the leading of the Holy Spirit. So I am in awe that I did not have as many errors. I did not find and locate as many errors as I thought that I would find and locate. This book was done with you in mind. Remember, though, God said, feed my sheep. So this book was even written in a way that I didn't select. It is for you. It is for you. Anyone that gets this book in their hands, it was crafted for you. So today, what we're going to do on Bold and Thriving, Seeking Fulfillment Beyond Success Tuesdays, is I'm going to give you a little bit more of the book. And so I'm going to literally read from, I think it's the first page of it. No, it is. It is right in the front of my introduction for you. Because when I say I wrote it with you in mind, I wrote it with you in mind. Sometimes I would literally not do some things because I would think, oh, I need to add this for the person that's going to read this. They need to know that it is for them. So here's a little bit of the introduction. To the woman who has spent decades building a life that others admire, yet still in those quiet moments, she questions her worth. This book is for you. You've checked off all the boxes. You've climbed the ladders, the short ones, and the long ones, and the ones that had missteps. You've climbed them. You've conquered them, and you've had challenges that you've conquered. This is for the ones whose lives have shifted in unexpected ways and oftentimes resurfacing unresolved wounds long buried. It's trauma that went ignored and is now making itself known, and grief, perhaps, is from loss or simply from the changes that come with time. It's weighing you down. That is just a little bit of the introduction. And this is why I say this book is for women that are over 40 and over 50, like myself. Because the part that says trauma that went ignored is now making itself known. So, and it's not that you were ignoring anything on purpose. That's not it. You had to ignore it to protect yourself. And so you hid that. And now the reason why it seems like you're coming to the end of yourself is because you are happy. You are grateful. You thank God every day for your successes. But there is that lingering, there is something else. Not something else to succeed, but there is something else that somehow turning. Because when you are ready to really face whatever that is, it feels like something that's trying to get out, like a box, and it can't get out until you do the work to becoming her, healed, empowered, and restored. Today I'm going to talk about her, healed, empowered, and restored. One of the things I know for me, and all of those checking off boxes and success, I'm getting to my notes for you, and that success is that when it began happening, I think I began working harder. I think I worked harder toward the end, in the middle of my long time career. You guys know I'm still coaching and consulting, but when we talk about working in that corporate America, right, or the things that you've done the longest in your time frame, I think I began working harder instead of calming down, right? But not knowing what you don't know will always undoubtedly result in you working harder. You're asking yourself, why didn't this yield the satisfaction I had always dreamed it would be? And then you add, I know I used to add, God, don't get me wrong. I appreciate you. I know everything I have you've given to me. I know I am blessed beyond favor. I know I am blessed, blessed, and blessed. Then I say, but God, there is something more. I don't know what this is. That started probably mid 40s, I would say. But it wasn't all the time. I didn't particularly know that's what it was, but it wasn't all the time. But there were a string of events, though, that got me to 2021 that you're going to read in this book, and me needing to write this book using journal entries from my 2021, 2022, 2023 journal entries. When you hear me talk about healing, empowered, and restoration, this is what I mean. Healing is going to close up some wounds. Undoubtedly, it's going to close up some wounds. Empowerment, though, is what you have learned so that you do not continue to suffer from the same things that gave you those wounds. So empowerment is what you learn, the tools and the resources from having therapy and talking to people, and you learning yourself so that you don't continue to suffer from the same things that gave you those wounds. Listen to me clearly, from the same things that gave you those wounds. But until you get to restoration, you might not sometimes recognize that it's the same thing because the animal looks about the same. Restoration, though, is knowing who you were, why you were that person, and why you were that person that kept opening up the same wounds. Who you were and why you were. That's restoration. Knowing who you were and why you were. And based on what you know now, the same drivers just won't work. And the wonderful part about that is that it might take a while for the enemy to realize that those drivers don't work anymore because, because they worked for so long. Restoration is the same person with new legs. You are navigating through life on a whole nother level. Restoration is the same person with new legs. You are navigating through life on a whole nother level. I enjoyed sharing this with you on Bold and Thriving Tuesdays. And this is exactly what I'll be doing on Tuesday, sharing a little bit of the book, just enough so that you understand my heart, why I say bold and thriving. Seeking fulfillment beyond success is soul work, 100% for you and on your part. This is God's gift to you. He only used me as a vessel, but this is God's gift to you. See you next Tuesday on the next session of Bold and Thriving. This is your girl, of course, Shirley K.